Look at these precious dogs. They're innocent. Just doing what dogs do.
I love their tenacity. I love their intelligence. I love just their eagerness to please people. I love how great they are with kids.
Breed-specific legislation just simply doesn't work. It's not about the dogs, it's about the people, and we need to start addressing the people.
The biggest misconception right now is that they're all mean.
Breaking news, the polls have just closed in Florida. We're anxiously awaiting a decision out of Miami that could affect 2.5 million people and countless dogs. Voters are deciding whether to revoke a law that currently bans pit bulls and makes them illegal to own in Miami. The law in question passed 23 years ago after a girl was attacked by a pit bull. It's been upheld ever since, but that could change tonight. We hear it's close. We hear they're counting the votes right now. How will the voters decide? Straight to my very special guest, dog trainer and host of the hit show, It's Me or the Dog on Animal Planet, Victoria Stilwell. Victoria, we both know pit bulls get a bad rap, that it's usually the human's problem by tethering them or not neutering them or leaving them alone too long. How important is this? How many lives are at stake with this vote?
There are thousands and thousands of lives, in fact, not just in the county, because this is a grassroots movement that hopefully is going to have effect all around the country. So we're talking about thousands, even maybe potentially millions of pit bull types out there.
Absolutely. And again, I hope that this passes, and I hope that we don't go to the other extreme, breeding for profit these dogs. There are so many in shelters that are put to sleep every day because they're outlawed or because there are no homes for them. We've got to stop demonizing breeds. Pit bulls no different than any other dog. They like to cuddle and play, and like all dogs, they can sometimes get upset.
It's one of the biggest problems to some of these attacks or things that you see out here is because the dog's been on a chain and hasn't been stimulated, hasn't been socialized.
How important, Victoria, is it to neuter the dog and not tether these poor animals to a tree or a fence?
Absolutely. Probably one of the most vital things is that most attacks are carried out by dogs that have not been neutered. And tethering as well causes immense frustration. We've got to concentrate on those laws rather than concentrating on a breed that and demonizing a breed when these dogs are incredible animals. Look, let's look at what a breed does. Let's look at what an individual dog does and not concentrate on an actual breed. And then we're really going to tackle the problem of dangerous dogs.
All right, I couldn't agree with you more. On the other side, it's close. They're counting the votes now.
Some advice I could give people that are trying to adopt a pit bull is try to match the energy of the dog with your lifestyle. That's mainly number one.
Yeah, now take a look at this beautiful dog, Lennox. He was pulled away from a loving family in Northern Ireland and killed simply because he was a pit bull. There was international outrage. Our guest, Victoria Stilwell, host of Animal Planet's It's Me or the Dog, led a fight to save Lennox. We couldn't save Lennox, but if this referendum to lift the ban on pit bulls in Miami passes and the votes close, they're counting it right now, we could see thousands, maybe even millions of dogs saved from unnecessary euthanasia, which is basically killing them.
This will be Lennox's legacy. And I really hope, because I've seen the devastation that breed-specific legislation has wrought, not just on the dogs, but on the families that own them and love them. These dogs being ripped away from these families. We just don't want that to happen anymore. We want to address the issue of dangerous dogs, but not tackle certain breeds.
Yeah, and if you don't want a dangerous dog, make sure your dog is neutered, because the chance of him attacking is much higher if he remains unneutered. And also don't tether, and also adopt, do not shop. Now, we are tracking the vote on my site, hlntv.com/Jane, hlntv.com/Jane. You see it there at the bottom of your screen. If you go there, you can learn all about not only Lennox, but there's an amazing film called Beyond the Myth about pit bulls. And we're also tracking this vote. The people of Miami speaking tonight. How will they rule? Will they decide that these beautiful animals are God's creatures and deserve to live on this earth? I pray that they do. And I pray that the people of Miami show responsible ownership by spay and neutering their pets and adopting and saving lives from shelters. Victoria, thank you. bless you. We will find out and report the results tomorrow on this show. Nancy Grace next.